it's been a great year for Mercedes-Benz. The luxury car market is at an inflection point. By revenue, this was the best ever year for the largest luxury car maker in the country. There are challenges ahead. There are headwinds because of forex pressures, a lot of competitive spur in the industry. To talk about that and more, we have with us Brendon Sissing, who's VP Sales and Marketing at Mercedes-Benz India. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hi, Priya.
And thanks for spending time with us.
Only a great pleasure.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand. Indian car market is at such an interesting point right now, both in the mass market and obviously luxury car market. People have propensity to spend more. It's such interesting times where you guys, since you're the market leaders, the market movers and shakers. How has this year been? Can you recap the year for us?
Sure. Thank you so much. And I think I'll start off with just framing what has happened in India in the sense of the macros, right? So, of course, there was global macro pressures and uncertainties that came about, but three critical things happened in India. In the context of, firstly, thanks to Minister of Finance, we got some, the individuals got more money in the pocket, thanks to income tax reductions. Yeah. There was also support coming from reduced interest rates. Yeah. And the biggest one was, of course, the GST 2.0 reform. Yeah. So allowing consumers to have more money in pocket, we certainly thought that these were big catalysts to see significant change in the motor industry. Yeah. Was it to be? I think not quite. I think maybe the uncertainties in the global economy still weighs in. Yeah. But nevertheless, it was a strong year for us because I think what we have stood for has really been how do we find the desirable vehicles to suit the needs of our customers. Yeah. And that's where we were extremely successful last year. Yeah.
What were some of the defining models of the year, the standout models that you can call it, were like the growth drivers for you this year?
I think, firstly, if we just break it down, I think we classify our vehicles in segments of entry, core, and top end. On the entry part, I think, needless to say, I think, of course, this is entry to our product as it were to be. We did see some decrease in that regard, but I think what we were really standing true to, and to answer your question around what were those standout models, I think E-Class remains the undisputed for us. Yeah. And there we saw strong growth. The other variables of the GLE, the GLS, the other top-end vehicles, the EQS. Yeah. SUV has been the strong outfit for the BEV powertrain. So I think we had many various successes throughout the year. In particular, the overall top-end vehicle segment.
Yeah. Also, the Maybach India became the top 5 market for Maybach this year. That's again indicating how top end of the market is really growing for you.
Absolutely, and here we are enthralled and really enlightened by the interest and take for our vehicles. Maybach has really been well received by customers, and this is exactly why we continue to amplify what we do with top end, in particular with Maybach, and that's also a reason for our celebration with this special edition and localization of Maybach in India.
Correct. So talk about 2026. This is all about recapping the year. Going forward, what are going to be the major growth drivers? Are there key focus areas that you have listed? Because we're standing in the beginning of the year. This is where all the rejigs happen, all the growth path gets defined. So where is that going to lead you this year?
So I think playing true to our strengths and the successes of last year, top end remains a pivotal point to our continued success and growth on revenue. I think also the fact that here we saw good success with the diesel powertrain post GST 2.0. I think this is also something that we watch closely. But powertrain in general, electric, petrol, petrol and diesel, I think is something that we watch closely. How that is oscillating around the country, region specific. So yeah, I think it's really about reading the market and being as responsive as possible to those needs and the like with customers.
Yeah.
But
So entry level is not going to be a focus because you saw around 22% degrowth this year. That's not really going to be a focus this year.
I won't say it won't be a focus. Of course, wherever we have a desirable product, which we also still do have on the entry side, I think it's important to ensure that we still find favor or customers still have access to the brand. So I think we would still have the classification of our segments, as we say, entry, core, and top end. Yeah, it's really just how do we play to our strengths and maximize that those positions while supporting the customer's needs with the desirable products that we have.
Yeah. So if you compare India with other sizable global markets like the US, some markets in Europe, China, the growth trajectory for the luxury segment has been very different, has been slower than expected. It's been stuck at around 1 to 2% for a decade now. What will it take for the industry to go to the next level? How will that inflection point come in?
Personally, I think that here we have to look at are we bringing in product that is desirable? One, are we positioning those vehicles at price points that customers feel that there's value? There's the substance that we bring in the vehicles are of value that they're prepared to pay.
Yeah.
So to talk to the point on the inflection, yeah. We continuously look at what is that inflection point, what really needs to give for that big jump per se, and to see a significant move from the base that we've seen luxury for these years.
Yeah.
So it's something that is under constant review. Do we have that silver bullet? Yeah, we continuously look.
Yeah. Lastly, leave us with your electrification journey again has been incredible. There are competitors as well who are looking at electrification, obviously as a way to meet CAFE norms. There's genuine demand in the electrification segment powered by GST. That's like an incredible thing with that value for money and TCO benefits that people get in the luxury segment is incredible. So talk a bit about that. Where is your projections when it comes to EV penetration in India in the luxury space?
I think the comfort that we take is certainly the mass market, the infrastructure is for sure getting the groundswell.
Yeah.
Government is supporting, and with the ambition of the 30% by 2030, I think all that these are catalysts to help us position EV in a stronger way. Our biggest thing is how do we get the desirable product to support this opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's really where we go. Today's launch of MB.CHARGE is one of those we believe significant angst that need to be addressed for the customer to feel a lot more comfortable in transitioning towards EV.
Right. And any projections that you would want to leave us with in terms of your penetration and the kind of growth that you see in 2026 in your portfolio?
I would simply put it this way. I think we got our eyes on what the government is pushing out with their aspiration of 30% by 2030. We've got our eyes on that, and then yeah, it's really about how can we get closer to that.
Right. And are forex pressures a bit of a concern at this point, because that's all sort of not sweetening the deal as such, right? How do you deal with that?
I think it indeed does hold a place in our strategic decisioning over what products to bring when, and how do you set the pricing without pricing being a detractor for customers.
Correct.
Right? So that is under continuous review and assessment. Of course, it does play a significant part of what we try and do in bringing in these kind of vehicles.
Yeah, perfect. All the best for another blockbuster year. Hope to see you very soon. Thank you
Super.
so much for your time.
Thank you very much,
Thank
and all
you
the
for
best to you.
spending it. Thank
Thank you.